Hi everybody, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you had a nice weekend. I'm going to do a crime reading and we're going to see what crimes want to be exposed today. Remember to just take what resonates, okay? If the message doesn't resonate, that's fine. Not every message is going to resonate, okay? In that case, maybe check out a different reading or, just not whatever you feel like doing, okay? But not everything will resonate in your story, and that is normal. Please, use your discernment, guys. Let's see here. What's going on in the collective? Now, if you want a personal reading that's more personal to your situation, I have those open again at this time, and you can book that in the description box below. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. What's going on, holy angels? Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, what crimes do you want to expose today? What crimes need to be exposed? Let's see. The Emperor in reverse. Justice at the bottom of the deck. I like that. Okay. Oh yeah. We definitely have someone here that's a criminal. Right? Somebody that's lying, cheating, scamming, stealing. An Emperor in the reverse. Somebody that's power hungry, abusive, controlling, cut off your head kind of an energy. Okay, this person doesn't care about anyone but themselves. They want people to fear them. They're very abusive. And then we have a Queen of Swords here. So let's see what this is here. Emperor in the reverse. Who's this in the collective? Who's the Emperor in the reverse? A Nine of Cups. Okay. The Empress. And the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like this is someone that sees your good fortune coming in, okay? They could see you as an empress, right? Your wishes could be coming true. You're getting your wish fulfillments here. You're happy in your life. You're content. You have everything that you need. You have good fortune and good karma coming in. You're in your Empress divine energy here. Why is the Seven of Swords here? The Two of Cups, the Ace of Coins. Okay, I swear these cards just came out in Taurus like that. The Moon. I'll keep that in here, but let's see. What's this? Third card. Oh, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I might as well have just kept the Moon because it's basically the same thing. So illusions. Somebody has been lying about money given to a couple or something about a couple. That seems to be like the theme of the day. Some sort of an illusion here. Someone has been lying. What's the Queen of Swords? The Nine of Pentacles. Lying about a lot of money. The Seven of Pentacles. A lot of money. It's a lot of money. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Shady business. Shady business. Yeah, okay. So let's see what this is. Tell me more about this Emperor in reverse, please. The Knight of Pentacles. So this Emperor in the reverse is someone that had a financial strategy here. This is someone who is trying to make practical, logical decisions based around money. Okay, so this person could have a love for money. Oh my God, yeah, he does. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. This Emperor in reverse has a big love for money. That is all they dream about. That is all they think about all day long is money. And a lot of it. A lot of it. Who is this Emperor in the reverse? It's somebody who made a choice to try and get all this money. Okay. All right. So what's this Nine of Cups? The Four of Pentacles. So maybe it's this person that's in the Nine of Cups. This person only cares about their own needs and desires. Yeah, that kind of came out in Taurus as well, I think. It's like this person wants to hold on to something. They want to keep something for themselves. They're very greedy. Yeah, Judgment is a very greedy person. Okay, who's the Empress? The Knight of Swords. The Moon. So there is some sort of secret action here that was taken, or some sort of secret communication. Something that's hidden here about an Empress. Who's the Empress? Somebody that's getting a message of concern. What's the Moon? Despair. This is somebody is trying to keep their despair hidden. Okay. What's this Knight of Swords? Somebody being self-indulgent, focusing on themselves, self-worth, self-appreciation. Somebody communicated that someone is focused on themselves, or that they're not dating someone new. An Empress is getting a message of concern because there was some sort of communication that somebody is focused on themselves and they're not dating someone new. Okay, what's this message of concern? The message of concern is about love. That's the theme of the day, guys. I don't know. I can't control it. I cannot control what comes out. So welcoming love, meeting the one. That's the message of concern, is that someone has met the one and they're secretly in despair because somebody had communicated in the past that they were focusing on themselves and that they were not dating someone new. Okay, what's the Moon? They kept it, somebody is in despair because it was kept hidden and kept a secret that a relationship was evolving to the next phase. So maybe you kept your relationship a secret, or you kept it hidden, or you kept it away from people. It's like people didn't know that your relationship was evolving, or people didn't know you were in a relationship. Maybe people thought that you were alone, or somebody communicated this anyways. So what is this with the world, not the world, the Wheel of Fortune? The Wheel of Fortune is that something did not work. Toil and labor in reverse. This is destiny. This is divine timing. This is fate. This is the wheel of fate turning. That something did not work. Okay, what's the Seven of Swords? Change. So somebody thought that they could change an outcome by lying. Okay, lying about what? Don't tell me a relationship. Oh my God, and Twin Flames comes out. Lying about two people that are in union, that are a couple, that complement each other, that are the yin to their yang, okay? That's what they lied about. That something is a perfect match between two people. This is so ridiculous. Okay, what's the Seven of Swords? The Fool. They lied about someone, or they took a risk on this. They gambled this. The Sun in reverse, trying to keep things a secret. They thought that they could keep it hidden. They thought they could keep someone else's relationship hidden. Seven of Swords, by lying. This is so ridiculous to me. Why? Like the last couple of readings about someone lying about a relationship, pretending that somebody wasn't together when they were, it's like ridiculous. Why would you lie about something like this? It's like, I just don't get it. What's the Two of Cups? It's so stupid to me. The Five of Wands reverse, yeah, there's absolutely no conflict here. There's no arguing. There's no drama in your relationship. You guys are two cups, okay? Two peas in a pod, and there's no fighting here. There's no arguments. I don't know what they're trying to say here. Four of Cups. They're upset about this, whoever they are. They're looking at your relationship and they are unhappy and dissatisfied by the fact that there's no fighting and there's no arguing and everything is hunky-dory, right? Everything's fine. Okay. What's the Four of Cups? The Chaser. Because they were out here telling people, yeah, this is like Taurus reading, or is it Taurus? Or is it, well, it's probably both. Virgo and Taurus both gave me this vibe. Whoever this is that lied, told someone that you got rejected because you're a chaser and you won't leave them alone. Okay, and that's why this money is here. They said that they didn't want to date you and they were focused on themselves. And they thought your relationship would stay a secret, and that's why they could say all these things about you being a chaser, not leaving someone alone. Whole time it's a twin flame connection, okay? Or a higher level soulmate connection, whatever. So what's the Ace of Pentacles? A message. They created an illusion about a message with money. A message about money, giving someone money, receiving money, a money blessing. A false person getting money. Okay, Seven of Cups. A main male created an illusion. Yeah. I feel like we're going to find out more in the crime cards because this is just like summing everything up again. What's the Queen of Swords here? Sudden wealth. They said something about a Queen of Swords and sudden wealth. A community did. What did this community say about a Queen of... Something about, definitely about money and definitely about a business or some sort of shoddy craftsmanship or like a shady business or maybe even unemployment, a job not working out, or something about a long-term investment into a lot of money. A Queen of Pentacles. A business. It's a business. The Page of Cups. They said that they got an offer from someone's business. And that's where it gets kind of weird because it's like, what business? They claimed they got money from your business, but you didn't send them money from a business. And this is not your business. So where's the money coming from, huh? Yeah. Seven of Swords. I can't make it up. Yeah, somebody here is a liar. This is a lie. This is a scam artist and a thief, okay? So this is definitely a shady business. It definitely is. I just don't know why it's coming out with Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, as if you have anything to do with it. Because it's not you. This is not you. It's not your business. This is identity fraud, okay? Business fraud, money fraud, all kinds of fraud. And whoever's coming along saying, I got money from this business. Maybe it did. But it wasn't the Queen of Swords that sent you that fucking money, okay? Yeah. Or the Queen of Pentacles. A King of Cups. Something about a King of Cups and a letter and a document and a lawyer trying to cover up the money trail. That keeps coming out too today, okay? Tell me more about this shady business, please. The Chariot. This is how they decided to move forward. The Lovers. Talking about a relationship. Moving forward with a relationship. The Hierophant. Going towards a relationship with a higher commitment. Or is that a bank? What's the Hierophant? Is this a bank or is this marriage with lovers? It's somebody thinking. It's somebody who is thinking. Okay. Oh, a community in reverse, high honor in reverse. So somebody who is thinking of doing something illegal. That's great. So it's this liar here. The scam artist, criminal, con artist, Emperor in the reverse. Who is thinking about all the illegal things that they have done and how they're going to try and get out of it, right? So they thought of doing some sort of a shady business here. They built up a shady business And then they paid someone else with this shady money. And it looks like whoever it was that got paid shady, dirty money from a fraudulent business, then turns around and tries to claim or come up with a grand story about how you sent them this money because you're a stalker. Am I getting it? That's what they said, right? To cover up this illegal mess. I mean, that's just ridiculous, but okay. That is absolutely ridiculous. Anything else we need to know about before we get into the crown cards? It has to do with this money blessing, this money gift. And they thought they could keep it a secret. They thought they would win if they could keep this a secret. All they have to do is keep something a secret, and then they can win. So what is it they're trying to keep a secret? Let's start there, because I feel like that's important. What is this Ace of Coins that they try to keep a secret? Oh, hold on. And I feel like this Ace of Coins that they're trying to keep a secret has been this gift that I've been trying to figure out all day, but I haven't really been able to figure it out yet. So let's see. What is this Ace of Pentacles, the Moon? Oh, crown chakra. So it is that. Okay. Interesting. Crown chakra. What is this Ace of Pentacles? Club or bar? Geolocation. Game over. Club or bar? Geolocation. Game over. The geolocation of a club or a bar is going to be game over. Crown chakra. That is oddly specific. A club or a bar. The location of a club or a bar. Hired. They hired someone. Hiring someone they met at a club or a bar. Foreclosure. Protective order. They try to close something out with a protective order, or did they try and say that? Did they try and say they met you at a club or at a bar? Agreement. Part of the agreement. Someone that was hired. A protective order, a club or a bar. In Europe. Maybe something did happen at a bar. Huh? What is that? Undercover. Heart chakra, alcohol. Something about getting drunk at a club or a bar. Undercover. Secretly. Something about going to a club, getting drunk at a club. The location of this club or bar is going to be game over because of somebody getting drunk at a club or a bar. Text messages. Text messages about somebody going to a club or a bar to drink. Okay, G, water. G, water. G could be a water sign, or it has something to do with G. Break-in. There could be some sort of text messages about somebody going to a club or going to a bar to drink. Or maybe the location of the place where this was is G. Maybe the geolocation starts with the letter G, like the city. Possessed by a demon, receipts and report. Somebody put this in a report, or they used these text messages as receipts in a report. Okay. This could be the place, something with a G and a U. This could be the place where this happened, where somebody, or this is the place of the bar. They're doing spell work on this. So they're manipulating text messages about somebody going to a bar to drink. And they're trying to use it as an alibi. No. Okay. They're lying. I cannot make it up. Look, lying. They're lying about this for an alibi. This is so stupid. Oh my God. So there's some sort of text messages. GU. This could be the place where the bar is. About you going to drink. When somebody finds out the geolocation of where this happened, it's going to be game over. Because they're lying about when this happened or where this happened. It has something to do with a store employee and debt. So maybe you were texting someone who's a store employee about going out to drink because, or you can't go out to drink, or someone can't go out to drink because they don't have money. Okay. This is part of the case. OT, TO. This is part of the case, TO. With a birth certificate. Binding, trying to bind something to US. About you traveling, something about you traveling to an address. You might have traveled, and this could be a long fucking time ago. Like a long time ago. You traveling to some sort of an address, traveling to a geolocation where there's a bar, you drinking at a bar, and they're using these text messages. And I don't know, but I really feel like these letters are significant for the place where this bar is. This could be like hometown kind of thing, like where you come from, okay? I don't know. That's the motive for these text messages, is that a narcissist is trying to create an alibi by lying. F. Jail or prison, because they don't want to go to jail or prison for a car crash. Or this happened around a time where you had a car crash. Maybe you had a car crash a couple of years ago, or a confirmation. And wherever you were coming from, I mean, the car crash, I don't think the car crash has anything to do with you going to the club or the bar. These things are not related, but it could have something to do with a place where you were or a place that you came from. And I feel like these letters are significant. Okay. Why is car crash here? Yes. Something is national. So this could be within your borders or within your state or within your country or wherever you are. It's national. Someone here is trying to wear a disguise. Solar plexus, clothes. Disguised with clothes. Someone wearing your clothes, wearing a disguise, or somebody wearing clothes in a disguise. This has to do with a detective. Something they told a detective. What the fuck? What did they tell the detective about someone going to a bar and to drink? They're using it as a cover-up. They're trying to cover up something with these text messages. Hacker. Yeah, what'd I say? I was getting a weird feeling with this one. I'm like, okay, so they're just going through some old text messages on a phone. Look, phone hacker. Phone hacker. A phone hacker, no way. So they're going back, what? I don't know. Fucking 5 to 10 years, and they're like, look, someone texted here all these years ago that they went to a bar to drink with their friends. We're gonna use this. What does that prove? What the fuck is that supposed to prove? I don't get it. That this is premeditated? Yeah, that's what it's gonna prove. Cash. They're trying to premeditate something with money. With money. Cash for poison. They're trying to get out of the fact that somebody here took some sort of money to poison someone. Confirmation. How does that make sense? So they're trying to get out of the fact that they took money to premeditate, to poison someone, and this was premeditated, and they're going to try and cover this up by using text messages about someone going to the bar with their friends to drink alcohol. I don't get it. I really don't, but okay. I really don't get it. It has to do with a recording. That was in Taurus reading, I think, where cassette came out. It has to do with a recording. You know what this is giving me? Them flipping shit around again, okay? So let's say, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, you went out to drink with your friends. And now they're taking these text messages and claiming that this happened, a month ago? Oh yeah, see, I have proof that we went out to drink together. That is not the same day. It's not the same place. It's not the same bar. It's not the same person, not the same friend that someone is talking to. Something is being switched again. This is weird. It has to do with taxes, or it has to do with an ex. Oh no, okay. Oh no. So it's somebody's ex that's pretending that you went out to drink with them when you went out to drink with your friends. That's fucking weird. In possession. In possession. In possession of drugs? What? A wire. Someone wearing a wire? Someone is wearing a wire. That someone is in possession of drugs? A truck driver. A truck driver is wearing a wire? Or a truck driver wore a wire? Or somebody was wearing a wire? Yo, did you see that crow? I don't know if you just saw it in my window. It just flew right above this window right here. A truck driver wearing a wire, or a truck driver was talking to someone who was wearing a wire? Somebody wore a wire. Somebody was wired when it comes to a truck driver, and somebody being in possession of drugs. Why is truck driver coming out with wire? Because somebody took a bribe secretly. because somebody, secret society, because somebody took a bribe, secret society, to secretly record someone or secretly wear a wire. Drugs. This has to do with drugs. Who's wearing a wire? Insurance. Abuse. Insurance abuse. Abusing your insurance? Somebody is abusing insurance? What? C. In a hotel. Okay, so this is taking me back to this lie that someone got with you at a hotel. So I don't know if somebody has tried to cover up this hotel lie by stealing some sort of hacked text messages out of a phone where you're talking about going out to drink with your friends like 10 years ago or 5, 6, 7 years ago. And this is how they're trying to cover it up. But what does that have to do with insurance abuse? Insurance abuse? Somebody abusing their insurance? Forensics. This has to do with forensics? What is this, man? This took me through a loop. I was not expecting all of this to come out. Witchcraft. They're doing witchcraft. Forensics. What is insurance abuse? E-I. C-E-I. A landlord. Landlord and this. Somebody claimed you're committing insurance fraud because of a landlord and nudes? What the fuck is this? Hold on. Let's go back for a second. There's a couple things I want to know more about. I want to know more about this. Insurance abuse. I want to know more about a truck driver, bribe, in possession of drugs, and wearing a wire. What is that? I want to know more about that. And them trying to create an alibi by lying about text messages. So tell me more about this here, this wire. Somebody wearing a wire, a truck driver, in possession of drugs and a bribe. What is that? Water. Water, or has something to do with W? WW. A pharmacy. Jail or prison. Somebody could go to jail or prison for some sort of something they did with the pharmacy, and this could, maybe this ties in with this. Somebody could have abused somebody's insurance policy, or this is some sort of insurance fraud, insurance abuse. Somebody could go to jail or prison for something with the pharmacy. E. National. F. F-E. F-E. National. Geolocation. Again with the geolocation. And a report. What the hell is this? Making a report about a location. Making a report about a geolocation. Or they made a compensation. In the report where they wanted compensation, they mentioned a location where someone was intoxicated. There's some, okay, so in the report that these people made, they mentioned that someone was intoxicated at a specific location or at a club or at a bar, but you were not at that club or you were not at that bar because they're flipping it around, right? You were probably at a whole fucking another bar 5 years earlier, okay? In a whole different country, a whole different city. International bank account number. K and H. HK. K and H. What the hell is this? Anything else about this line here? M. KHM. KHM. What is this? Bribe with a truck driver in possession of street drugs. Support. This person is supporting something, someone. D. Backfire. Somebody's going to get a backfire for supporting. Dark web. Job or business. Investigation of a lawyer. A lawyer investigating, or somebody's investigating a lawyer. Somebody's investigating something with a lawyer here. A dark web job or business. And that's why something is going to backfire, because something was traced back. What's going on with this investigation of a dark web business? A. What is this? We have confession, cold case, bank. What is this with an investigation into a dark web business? Of an account or an accountant? Accounting? L, tax evasion. This has to do with an investigation into someone who's an accountant or someone's accountant, or something to do with tax evasion and an accountant. A dark web job or business. An accountant and tax evasion. No. An agreement. Okay, wait a minute. This has to do with an agreement. A bribe. So someone here took a bribe. They had an agreement because maybe they were trying to get you in trouble for tax evasion with some sort of job or business and something on the dark web. So why is the truck driver here then? Because this was premeditated. Okay, I feel like this ties in with this lying about something going on at a club or at a bar. And maybe even the money that they got, bribe, international bank account number, an agreement, a chain reaction, cash. Okay, then tell me about this agreement here. Taxes. What the hell? An agreement for taxes, an agreement for accounting, tax evasion, job or business. Cover up, DUI, solar plexus. Cover up, driving under the influence. Somebody's trying to cover up something about driving under the influence. Or they're trying to cover up something they said about you, that you were driving under the influence. So they found text messages of you and your friends going out to drink at a bar 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, and they're saying, look, this proves that we were right. What the actual fuck is wrong with them? This is just stupid as hell. I cannot believe how stupid these people are. Okay. Oh my God, it's just ridiculous at this point. is just so stupid, okay? I don't know what they said. It must have been really bad. Bad enough for them to go this far. This is just so stupid to me, okay? So what the fuck are they trying to say here about someone? What the fuck are they trying to say by digging up old text messages of you going to the bar or the club to drink with your friends? What the fuck are they trying to say about this? Robbery. C, sold their soul. They're gonna get karma for something they did with a mortgage. Robbery. They're gonna get karma. Third eye. So someone is seeing here with their third eye. Okay. About a wife. Whoever you are, you're seeing something right now with your third eye about someone's wife. And a copycat. And a copycat. Food or drinks, baby. What the hell? It's food or drinks. Okay. If you went out for drinks with anyone, it was not with anyone involved in this whole mess. I feel like your location, your geolocation of this club or bar is so far away from any of these people that it doesn't even make any sense. And it was probably so long ago that that also does not make any sense. I don't know what they're trying to say here. Something about a baby. Driving under the influence. That's what they're trying to cover up. About driving under the influence, maybe to someone's house in a car because of a baby. Copycat. Hacking. Okay. This is so stupid. K and H. International bank account number. K and H. Job or business. Jail, because they don't want to go to jail or prison for a job or a business. They don't want to go to jail or prison for a job or a business. Okay. They're trying to bind something to you, or they feel like they're bound to something that's in their possession. Maybe they feel like they're bound to something. Heart chakra. What is this with binding? The motive. The motive behind this is that they are trying to bind something to you about being in possession of something. In possession of what though? A. Or the motive is A. That something is bound to A about who is in possession of something. Bank. They feel like they're bound to the bank. They feel like they're bound to the bank because of something that's in their possession. Or the bank, the job or business is in their possession and they're trying to run away. They're trying to run away from being bound to this. Attack. A wire. Because something was wired, because somebody here made a testimony that they got a wire transfer from some sort of a fund, a trust fund. They made a testimony on that. So they could be in possession of the money and now they feel bound to the money. The bank. They feel bound to the bank. So they're making an agreement. So they made an agreement with us. Solar plexus and baby. I mean, this could even be like a pregnancy, okay? Because that's where the baby is. It's in your solar plexus, basically. They made an agreement with a baby or a pregnancy to cover up, or this was part of the testimony that they made about a wire transfer that they got from a trust fund. Now they feel like something is bound to them because of a bank and what's in their possession. Okay. crown chakra. Investigation. Okay, so this has to do with the investigation and somebody's crown chakra lighting up all nice and purple. Okay, somebody here could be figuring something out. I don't know. Anything else that we don't know yet? This has to do with a cold case or a cold case, and somebody gossiping and slandering someone about a car and a marriage. Okay, so there's something here about, and I've gotten this in a crime hour a couple weeks ago, where somebody was trying to make it look like you were driving under the influence by taking some sort of text messages of someone else where somebody else was driving under the influence, and then trying to pin it on you and claim that it was you when it was actually the other way around. So it's like you texting someone and being like, you dumbass, driving under the influence, blah, blah, blah. And then they screenshot this and just flip it around and then, you know, change the name, change the date and time and pretend that it was someone texting you this. You get what I'm saying? Okay. And I feel like they're doing the same thing again, because the last time they tried to do that, it didn't work, or it was obvious that it was a lie. Now they're coming back in with something about a car, something about driving somewhere. And I feel like stolen. I feel like it's something about you texting some friends a long time ago, talking about going to the club and drinking. But you don't drink and drive. So I don't know what this is. Somebody, that doesn't even make any sense. Betrayal. It has to do with them trying to claim that there was a betrayal with a marriage and a baby. Attack. That you attacked a marriage. Right, that you attacked a marriage or a baby or something like that because you're a jealous stalker. So we're still going on it. We're still riding this wave, huh? We're coming in with new text messages about someone drinking with their friends 5 years ago. What the fuck does that prove? I just don't get it. It's just so stupid to me. Amphetamine. What does that have to do with anything? A money or a paper trail with speed? L. L. And a car driving under the influence. And that came out in the crime hour. It was that somebody was driving under the influence on speed. This ties in together. This ties in with a crime hour I did a while back of someone, it could even be your ex, okay, driving under the influence, maybe even with a child in the car, high on speed, okay? Yeah, so maybe this person got their child taken away for driving under the influence on speed, okay? And I feel like they're trying to cover up this paper trail. Is that what this is? Somebody who drove under the influence in their car, high on speed, is now trying to cover up this paper trail. Canada, a birth certificate, CC, Canada birth certificate. What does that mean? You, foreclosure. What? LUC, blackmail. Because of a birth certificate or some sort of a certificate, letters LU could be significant. LUC, Canada certificate foreclosure. Because of a certificate with LU. That's what they're trying to cover up. Warning. This is their warning that this plan is stupid, okay? K. Somebody that works a trade job, mechanic or an electrician, throat chakra. Somebody speaking up. LUK. Okay. ex. Yeah, this could be your ex. This could be your ex or someone's ex that made a deal. Okay, what do you mean someone's ex made a deal? With a business, with an online business, vacation. Somebody made a deal with a business going on vacation? What? Yeah, but now they're exposed. Now someone's ex is exposed for a deal that they made, an agreement that they made, prosecutor or district attorney. What does that have to do with a vacation? Yeah, someone is exposed and you're protected by angels. Okay. From this spell work that they're trying to do with an insurance policy or life insurance. They're trying to do spell work with insurance. With insurance? What do you mean with insurance? Yes. Somebody abusing insurance or somebody committing insurance fraud. What does that have to do with this whole mess, though? They're exposed and they're getting a warning for something that they're planning here with insurance, or this is how they're trying to lie about the fact that they drive a car on speed, or what? What the fuck? Oh, manipulation. Someone is trying to manipulate and make someone a sacrifice. They're trying to burn or destroy something. A subpoena for somebody driving in the car with N. Someone's ex driving in the car with N. They're trying to burn or destroy the evidence that they were driving in a car with N or driving high on speed with N in the car. A cold case. The information about D. The information about D. Camera. Something on camera being laced. Information D. Camera laced. A robbery. Crown chakra. What is this? A crown chakra. Somebody's crown chakra could be lighting up right now about something here. What is going on? It has something to do with pharmaceutical drugs. Is this really what I think it is? Somebody is watching a credit card. Somebody is watching a credit card and credit card transactions. There's a credit card that's under surveillance because of opiates. And some sort of screenshots. A credit card is under surveillance because of screenshots. Google search. What do you mean Google search? Power of attorney. And somebody searched for an attorney? Somebody has Googled an attorney? P. Metadata. The metadata is the metadata. P. What is P? Currency. The metadata is on PayPal. People are using falsified and fabricated PayPal accounts. Negotiation. Privacy invasion. Two-faced and deceptive. Somebody is two-faced and deceptive, invading someone's privacy. What is this here? F. Somebody claims that they were coerced into something with F. A credit card is under surveillance. What do you mean? Because of the mail, because of some sort of mail from the South Pacific, game over. Some sort of mail from the South Pacific, game over. Credit card under surveillance, G. A credit card under surveillance, G. Someone is wearing a disguise. In these text messages are being disguised. These text messages are not what you think they are. They're being disguised. Or the place, like the location of these text messages is being disguised. The place could start with the letter G. That's where this is. That's where this happened. Credit card surveillance. This could have happened when you were a child or when you were younger, or this has something to do with a child. What am I missing? Something, the East Coast. There's a third party here who's a dealer. Cyber stalking. A third party dealer. What the fuck? They're about to get karma for an international bank account number. Why? Why does karma keep coming out? Because of a choice that they made with the opioids. Because of a choice they made with opioids, okay? A credit card is under surveillance. And they use this to try and poison you. And this has something to do with malpractice. So maybe that's where the insurance abuse comes in, right? Some sort of insurance fraud. Somebody maybe using your insurance or committing some sort of insurance fraud. I don't know how they did it, but malpractice. They made a choice with opioids. But there's a credit card that's under surveillance. Somebody abusing someone's insurance. Investment into a cold case. What the hell? Investment in a cold case. Yes. Yes. Investment in a cold case. What? What does that mean? No. Or it's an investment that someone made in, or this investment that someone made is part of a case. Undercover kidnapping. Undercover kidnapping. Or somebody invested into opioids because they secretly wanted to kidnap a child. Or maybe your ex kidnapped your child. Maybe your ex kidnapped your child. Or they secretly invested into all this because they wanted to kidnap your child in secret. Or they wanted to keep it undercover, what they did with a child, a cold case. So they invested into opioids because they're trying to keep something with a child, a kid, or something with a kidnapping, or something about maybe kidnapping your child. They're trying to keep this a secret. They made an agreement with H. A. They made an agreement with H.A. 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 That could be part of a name. C. They made an agreement with somebody here. And this is their warning. that someone is wearing a wire when it comes to this trust fund. Is someone wearing a wire? Or it's about a wire transfer that was sent to someone from some sort of a trust fund? What? Credit card surveillance? Why is wire here again? Somebody has been doing spell work on the dark web. And this is going to be a chain reaction because of the bank. So I feel like whatever is going on with the bank, it's already being tracked. Credit card surveillance, bank wires, wiring money, bank, something with the trust fund. This is already under surveillance. There's already a chain reaction here. CHA, somebody made an agreement with this person to invest into something here with opioids because they're trying to falsify and fabricate something with an international bank account number. Somebody, there's a third party here that might be a dealer. So maybe that's the agreement that they've made with someone, is that they've paid a third party who might be a drug dealer to get some sort of, oh, wait a minute, wait, are you saying it's because a credit card, they know a credit card is under surveillance? So now they're paying a third party, a dealer, or what is that? What is third party dealer? It's a secret, or it's how they're keeping something a secret. It's how they're doing something in secret. How a secret transfer. It's a secret transfer to a drug dealer, T. A secret transfer to a copycat, B. Confession. It's a secret transfer to a copycat, confession, B. Close, sexting, a contract, sexting and close, a secret transfer, sexting and close, a confession and a copycat. What the fuck is this? K. What the hell? Attack. Trying to attack someone, K. They're bound to something with K. Binding lawyer. They're trying to bind something to someone with a lawyer. K, an attack. That's the motive. It has a geolocation, the geolocation of a bank. Something about a bank, something about a geolocation. Why do you keep showing me these things? Yes. Something about the bank, something about a geolocation. Why is that significant? Because this is a warning about somebody in debt. This is a warning about somebody being in debt. This is hacking. S, T, this is perjury. This is perjury because this is stolen. Whatever this is perjury and it's stolen. Okay. It's a bribe. This has something to do with somebody drinking alcohol at a bar. Somebody drinking alcohol at a bar, or going to a bar and drinking alcohol with their friends. What does this have to do with a bribe? What is this? This has nothing to do with whatever the fuck they are saying. And it's something about a geolocation. And it has something to do with a bank. Okay? Anything else about that? I feel like that's the message. It has to do with cash. Why? It has to do with giving someone cash or withdrawing cash from a bank. So is it like an ATM? It has to do with someone's choice to do something on the dark web. Something about somebody getting something on the dark web because they already made the choice to get H on the dark web. Now they're going to try and get it in cash or pay for it in cash because they know a credit card is under surveillance. It has to do with a cold case. A cold case. A scam. Protected by angels, a mortgage scam. A mortgage scam from a cold case. A mortgage scam from a cold case. P. Food or drinks, kidnapping. Putting something in someone's drink to kidnap them. P. This has to do with a truck driver trying to set someone up. A truck driver is trying to set someone up by putting something in someone's food or drinks to kidnap them or to kidnap a child. Okay. Government agency. Oh. Hospital. A dealer. Somebody at the hospital, something about the hospital, something about this truck driver being a dealer or knowing a dealer. The truck driver knows a dealer. They know a dealer or they are a dealer. And this has to do with wanting to put something in someone's food or drinks to kidnap them. Okay. The Midwest fraud. Good news. I am a little bit... So a truck driver wanted to put something in someone's food or drinks to kidnap them. And what? Throw you in the back of a fucking truck or what? But now the credit card is under surveillance. And they're trying to cover up something to do with driving on speed by getting text messages of you going to the bar with your friends. Am I getting this shit show right? I mean, what the hell is this? South America. U. Solar plexus. SSU. It has to do with this hotel. Something about a hotel. Traveling to a hotel. They're trying to cover up that they traveled to a hotel. J. W. Pharmaceutical drugs and a copycat. They're trying to cover up something that they did at a hotel or how they tried to get you to come to a hotel. And they're using a copycat and they're also trying to cover up something about pharmaceutical drugs. Am I getting this right? This is a warning for something at a home. Warning mortgage. Warning something at a home. A truck driver. Warning about a truck driver and this person's home. They're trying to burn or destroy something. Something about going on vacation from a business. Going on vacation from a business. A truck driver is trying to burn or destroy something. This is a warning for something with a mortgage, with a home. The Midwest. They're driving, driver's license. So is a truck driver driving somewhere right now? H. Offshore account. They're angry. They're angry about an opportunity. So a truck driver is angry because they thought they had an opportunity while someone's on vacation to burn or destroy something. Help. Help. Help with the club or the bar. They're helping with a setup when it comes to a club or a bar. While they're on vacation, they're driving somewhere, a truck driver, because they're on vacation, to attack. Close. What the fuck? Okay, wait a minute. What else is there about this? E. Kidnapping. Help with a truck driver was on vacation, so they decided to drive somewhere to help with a kidnapping. An attack. And something about a club or a bar. And a cold case. A betrayal. Because of something on, because they wanted to get a betrayal on camera. Or this is something from the past. They tried to get a betrayal on camera, and a truck driver was on vacation, so he drove somewhere to help with a kidnapping. So they planned something here at a club or at a bar. Okay. Something about getting food or drinks. Getting food or drinks. Blackmail. Being blackmailed with a subpoena. Somebody is being blackmailed with a subpoena. And clothes. Somebody is being blackmailed with a subpoena of the clothes. What? And something on the dark web. Somebody is being blackmailed with something on the dark web and with clothes. P. They're trying to trap someone with traveling. Something about traveling, driving, a truck driver, driver's license, a traveling trap. P. Bad news that somebody wanted to do someone a favor. As a catfish. This is bad news because somebody did someone a favor as a catfish. And they had the opportunity to travel an SCV. K. Pictures. Pictures of a death, Asia. Pictures, death, Asia. P, again with the P, a setup. This was the setup with PO, OP, opiates, opioids. The setup with opioids, the setup with opiates. Somebody did someone a favor as a catfish by driving somewhere, okay? Driving under the influence. What? Okay, anything else? Cash. It has to do with cash. It has to do with cash because of the credit card. And a kidnapping. Somebody gave someone cash for a kidnapping. Somebody gave someone cash to kidnap someone. Because of some sort of fraud, because of some sort of malpractice fraud. So some sort of what? Insurance fraud, malpractice fraud. So now someone got cash for a kidnapping. this has to do with a relationship and an inheritance. A letter. This has to do with a narcissist and a letter about someone being roofied. So a narcissist is trying to send a letter because they tried to roofie someone here, and they're trying to cover this up by what? Pretending they went to a club or a bar? How the fuck does this even make sense? None of this makes sense. Whatever. You are protected by angels. That is all you need to know. That's all you need to know is you are protected from whatever the hell this is. Yeah, yes, they're just trying to cover this up. Yes, this is a cover up. So I guess this is how they're trying to cover something up. Now, I just don't like this energy of like someone traveling, a truck driver traveling because they're angry. Something about giving someone cash for a kidnapping. What is that? Kidnapping a child? What the fuck is that? Kidnapping a child. A confession. Somebody is gonna confess that they were hired to kidnap a child. Somebody needs to make a confession that they were hired to kidnap a child. What the fuck is this? Government agency. M needs to make a confession that they were hired to kidnap a child. They were paid cash. B, D, BD, MBD. Canada foreclosure. Someone was hired with cash to kidnap a child. This is a warning. Is there anything else we need to know about that? I don't know. I just don't feel settled going out of the reading on that note. Honestly, I don't feel settled going out of the reading on that note. What is this with cash and kidnapping a child? S, innocent. S wants to make themselves look innocent, or S, something about being innocent. They want to make themselves look innocent when it comes to a bank account. S wants to make themselves look innocent with a bank account. Privacy invasion and organized crime. Are they planning a kidnapping? O. K. K keeps coming out. K-O. Okay. K-O. They're trying to bind something to someone with debt. Or somebody feels bound to something because they're in debt, or they're trying to bind something to you because of debt. But you're protected by angels. It has to do with a car crash. A dealer. Somebody from the South is a dealer. Somebody from the South is a dealer. Okay. And it has to do with a contract. A contract and a business. A contract or an online business. And a breakup. Or somebody made a deal with someone from the South. When it comes to somebody having a mental illness, Russia. Someone's ID card. What is this with kidnapping and a child? Somebody getting paid cash to hire this. This has to do with someone that's local. N. Someone here is two-faced and deceptive. When it comes to what they're doing here with pharmaceutical drugs. And pictures. They're scam, roofied. Crown chakra. I don't know what this means, but to whoever you are, I feel like you know what this means. I don't know what this means, any of this. Someone's crown chakra could be lighting up right now. The IRS. Oh, okay. So somebody at the IRS, your crown chakra could be lighting up right now. And a pigeon just flew by. I don't know what this means. It has something to do with how they're trying to cover it up. And I feel like the cover up has something to do with cash money, okay? Lying, because they know that the credit card is under surveillance. It has to do with how they're trying to lace something, or they're trying to cover up the fact that they laced something. Somebody in the South, something in the South, that they tried to lace something into food or drinks. It has to do with a break-in or a break-up. And pharmaceutical drugs. An attack. Saying that somebody broke in and attacked someone. Or there was a break-in and an attack. Because of this. Okay. And an ID card. Or a card. Manipulation. Or they're trying to manipulate something with the card. Or with someone's identity. Or they manipulated something with someone's ID card. Identity card. Throat chakra. It's something about what you've been saying or what you know or what you've been speaking on. They see this as an opportunity. The sign or the message has something to do with an STD and an illness. A chronic illness, an STD. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, this was kind of a lot of information all over the place, but I hope that it helps whoever it's meant to help. Okay, I hope that it reaches whoever it's meant for. I hope that it gives some confirmations, maybe clarity, maybe answers, okay, maybe some more downloads. So thanks guys for watching, and maybe until next time.